there, good morning. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I am trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'll produce the content. All you got to do is subscribe. I would appreciate it very much. I've got a lot of shoe and gear review coming your way. A little bit of a backlog that I got to work through. And today on this video, I am bringing you my review of the brand new Salomon Gravel Skin 4 vest. That's this vest here that I have on. Now, this is not the fourth iteration of the vest. It is the first iteration of the vest, 4 standing for its capacity and how much stuff you can carry. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the specs and features. I'll go over the pockets and overall design of the pack, and then we're going to come back out here to the gravel roads where I'm enjoying this beautiful morning, and I'll talk about some of the things that I like and a couple things that I've noticed that aren't so much of the likes on this vest. So, voiceover Chad, why don't you tell us about some of the specs and features of the Salomon Gravel Skin 4 hydration vest? Salomon states, our running gravel range invites you to venture beyond familiar routes, offering the freedom to effortlessly switch between surfaces. With an urban design, Gravel Skin 4 adapts to your run with a combination of bounce-free stability, soft comfort, and easy access storage, ready to transition from the road to grass, dirt, and gravel. As for the specs and features, you have a 4-liter storage capacity, 5 dedicated pockets, which I'll cover here in the next section, a 3D mesh back and shoulder straps with very breathable, stretchy mesh sides, SensiFit construction for stretched breathability and fit, adjustable stretchy sternum cords. It includes 2 HydroPack 500ml soft flasks with the smaller 26mm cap and a low-profile design, and a US MSRP of $110. It also comes available in 5 sizes. I'm a 38 chest and went with size medium. Salomon did send me this vest for the purpose of review, but know that all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. Now let me share a few of the pockets and features of the vest. Here is the Salomon Gravel Skin 4 vest. Just want to cover some of the pockets and a few features. First off, generally overall, as far as materials go, you're going to get some stretchy materials where you need it. As you can see, there's, in the pockets, there's stretchy materials so you can fit a lot of stuff, really what you need in those pockets. Nice stretchy material here on the sides of the vest, helping to keep it adaptable to your body. You also notice this 3D mesh material. It is somewhat transparent as well, also slightly stretchy, again helping to keep things comfortable, but that does create one small problem when it comes to bounce, which I'll cover a little bit later in the video. As far as the pockets, you get 2 main pockets for your soft flasks. The soft flasks are the Salomon 500ml, which have the smaller 26mm cap on them. They are a low profile design, so quite nice there. They fit nice into the vest. You can choose, however, to use different soft flasks. For example, the speed flasks, these would fit in that pocket just fine. Additionally, there is a cord here that wraps around the neck of the soft flask that helps to hold the soft flask in place and prevent it from falling down inside the pocket as you run with them. But I like that they include the 2 soft flasks. Again, these are made by HydroPack, so you get a lifetime warranty with them. You also have 2 additional pockets up front, one that's more of a stash pocket so that you can conveniently put gels and other things in there. Inside this pocket, you also have a clip for your keys so you don't ever lose those. And on the other side, you have a zippered pocket, again, stretchy materials, so you can stuff whatever you need in that pocket, and it comes right back to this point. So you get the whole front part of the pocket here. Zippered pocket's nice because then you can put whatever you want in there without losing it. On the front of the pack, you also have these stretchy straps, which are fully adjustable. You can adjust the tension, you can adjust the position. Moving on to the back, you have 1 single compartment. It's not overly large, but sufficient for a few things, such as maybe a headlamp that you want to store away. Could be maybe a jacket or whatever it may be. This material is also stretchy, gives enough stretch, but not so much stretch that whatever you put back here is going to be bouncing around. So just a good compartment here, single zipper, and then you can see there's that X design here in that material. However, it's also stretchy, but it does help to hold whatever you put in that back of the pack, help hold it all in place. Stretchy, very soft material, soft piping everywhere, good material, and that is the extent of those pockets. So a pocket for each soft flask, 2 different pockets on the front, one zippered, one more of a stash pocket, and then that single pocket on the back. And that is the vest as far as the features and the pockets. So now I'll take it out to the gravel roads and actually talk about some of my likes and dislikes of the vest. I just wrapped up my review of the Salomon Aero Glide 4 Gravel, so be sure to check that review out. And compliments the vest, 1, because they're both gravel themed, and 2, because the colors match. Cosmetics aside, you're probably wondering, Chad, why do we need a gravel vest? Well, you don't. A lot of it is marketing. However, I think there is a place for this vest. Most companies, and especially Salomon, make some pretty phenomenal trail running specific vests. They have lots of pockets. They're built up to carry all the things that you would need on various long runs and trail runs. This whole gravel segment introduces a new way of thinking. Sometimes you need to carry just a little bit more, but you don't need to carry a lot more. Maybe you need just a couple more gels and a little bit more water, but that's about it. Maybe a pocket or 2 for, in my case, putting the headlamp in the back of the vest. In that case, I don't need a full built out trail vest. I can go with something lighter, something simpler, like the Gravel Skin 4. All right, so let me tell you some of the things that I like about this vest. First, I like the price point, $110. That makes it about $40 or $50 cheaper than the other advanced skin vests that Salomon has available. Second thing that I like its simplicity. It gives me just enough pockets. I suppose that's the third thing I like. I like the pockets. I'm used to having more pockets available, but for a simple run that's just a little longer than my typical weekday run, you know, today I'm doing 18 or so miles, and I needed to carry just a little bit more water, a little bit more gels, a place to put my headlamp up. Maybe you need a place to tuck away a windbreaker or a rain jacket. This vest will do that. So I like its simplicity, but I like that it has just enough pockets to tuck away the things that I need. So headlamp in the back. I had 2 gels on each side here. You get a zippered pocket here on the front and a stash pocket here on this side. I already reviewed the pockets, and of course on a longer run, I need more than just a handheld thing of water. So I've got water in a 500 milliliter Hydro Pack soft flask here, and Scratch Labs, could do Tailwind or Morton or whatever you prefer on the other side. For me, I like to have the balance of water and electrolyte drink mix. Fourth thing that I like is that the vest is pretty lightweight. And then fifth thing that I do like the overall fit. It is their skin line, so it's gonna fit close to your body, kind of be one with you. However, that leads into my first point of an area for improvement. While it does fit nice and the overall package and build is nice and lightweight, I do feel that there's a little bit too much bounce generally. When I first loaded up the pack this morning, I had 2 gels on each side. I had my soft flasks full, and I had to continue to adjust these straps up front to get it just right, and there was still a bit of bounce. Now that I've drank in some of the fluids and ate some of my gels, there's certainly less bounce than there was when it was a little more loaded up. But I think the biggest culprit, one, the fabric here on the side is thinner, just a single layer here, but the straps up here are just a little bit too stretchy. I wish that these were a little bit more robust. Had some fluids, ate in a couple gels. There's certainly a lot less bounce noticed in the pack. What am I on, 6? Sixth thing, regardless. Another thing that I do like is the comfort of the pack. If you remove that initial bounce out of the equation, it's a very comfortable pack. The fabrics are stretchy where you need them. Again, too stretchy on the sternum, but stretchy where you need them. They feel really good against your body. Get some really nice soft piping here on the sides. Yeah, it really is a very comfortable pack. Now, one thing that's noticed, It's not necessarily a problem, but it would have made the vest more breathable. The back of the vest, where you put all your stuff back there, has a waterproof liner that's up against your back. So that prevents sweat and condensation from getting into the back of the pack and getting whatever you're storing back there wet. So it keeps those things dry. However, it does make the back part of the pack less breathable. You do get kind of that 3D mesh, just like here you see on the shoulder strap. You get the same material along the back. So that helps a little bit to maintain some breathability. The back of the pack isn't as breathable as some other packs that I've ran in. But another pack to potentially consider is the Gravel Skin 2, a 2-liter version of this pack that has a more open back of the pack. Of course, that pack being a 2-liter isn't going to be able to carry quite as much stuff as this 4-liter pack. And then the last thing that maybe is just noticed, not necessarily an improvement, but noticed, the HydroPack soft flasks. You'll notice that they have the smaller 26 millimeter as opposed to the 42 millimeter cap. Because of that, if you're trying to put in some hydration mix, it's really hard to get that in there. So I ended up mixing it into my Scratch Labs. I ended up mixing that into a water bottle first, and then I squirted it into the soft flask. They're both, the soft flasks are included, which is a plus, and they are HydroPack made, which means you get a lifetime warranty on those. Again, another huge plus in my book. I trust HydroPack, and they stand by their warranty. I do like, I guess this is point number 7 and probably my final point. I like that these are the low profile, so they're kind of a thinner, lower profile design, which is actually really nice. It kind of just keeps things close to your body. Oh, and there is a strap, as you can see right here, where you can wrap that around the neck or the cap of the soft flask. That helps keep it from falling down into the vest where you can't reach it very well. However, it's hard to actually get the strap on here because there's not much room between the bottle of the soft flask and the cap here. So you really have to kind of squeeze that in there. The larger caps don't have that problem. So I think that concludes pretty much all my thoughts on the Gravel Skin vest. In short, I like the vest. I'll continue to use it. I think there is a place for this vest, especially at $110. That's a pretty good buy. And if you're looking for a vest where you don't need to carry a ton of stuff and carry a little bit extra water, the Gravel Skin 4 vest is definitely one to consider. How's it going? Of course, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. Let me know if you are considering the Salomon Gravel Skin vests. And if you're interested, I've also reviewed the Salomon Advanced Skin 5 and the Advanced Skin 12 vests, as well as a whole bunch of other vests from Nathan and Ultimate Direction and La Sportiva and Black Diamond and Mammoth and others. So check out those reviews on my channel. All right, I got about 3 miles left to finish up today's long run. It's been a beautiful morning. I appreciate you joining me. If you made it this far into the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile, as I have today in the Salomon Gravel Skin 4 vest. I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.